Hi there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com here with match number 1 with our mono white tokens deck. Yes, we'd like to keep this hand. This hand has 3 lands of Banishing Light, a Paragon of the New Dawns, Raising Arms, and Take Up Arms. We'll keep this. All it needs is a finishing pump spell. We have the Paragon. If it is a deck that does not want to interact with us, the Paragon is going to do lovely things for us, putting a 2/2 body as well as pumping up our Raise the Alarm tokens. Our opponent has to mulligan to 6. He is on the play. We are on the draw. Again, Standard is so wide open at this point. I have no clue what I'm up against, and I have not played much Concept Arc here. Some people have like a 2-week jump on me, as I have not really played much of Constructed Standard since it has not been available on MTGO, and I'm mostly an MTGO player. So, anywho, this will be new to me as well. There's a Rush of Battle, which is going to work nicely with our Raise the Alarm and our Take-Up Arms especially. I again, including the one of Rush of Battle in here for this kind of warrior lifelink strategy. So still no 2-turn drop for our blue and red deck. I do have to worry about some sort of counter magic. We will go ahead and throw out another Plains and pass the turn. There's another Take Up Arms. That'll be nice when we hit the 5 mana. The thing I love about this deck is it just keeps on coming. And most of our spells we can cast instant speed. So it's going to be UWR. See if the Mantis Rider, that's actually decent versus us. I think we're just going to have to Banishing Light it. It does cost him 3 life. And it does have flying. He does find all his colors on time as well. But I'm going to go ahead and Raise the Alarm. Put out 2 soldier tokens. Next turn we'll Radiant Fountain, take care of his Mantis Rider, and then just go take care of the Mantis Rider, Banishing Light it, and then hopefully draw into a land here. There's a land. So we will Radiant Fountain, gain 2 life, kind of pseudo negating that Mantis Rider. Banishing Light it, and get in there for 2. And next turn we'll cast a Paragon and get in there for more damage. He's down to a 16. See what shenanigans he can throw out this turn. I mean, they play Goblin Rabble Master as well. There is the Goblin Rabble Master. So we will go ahead. And now we have lands for everything. It's just going to be Paragon here. And I do believe we attack into him with our guys. If he wants to try to race, we have the warrior lifelinking combo coming up. And he'll be down to a 12. Again, he most likely has an answer for the Paragon of the New Dawns. But if he doesn't have an answer for it, then he's in very difficult position with then staring down Take Up Arms as 3 warrior creature tokens. And then the following rush of battle. So I thought about running an Obelisk of Erd in this deck as well, because if you look here, we have soldiers on board. But it's just, there's so many different tokens. I kind of actually like that because our deck isn't so susceptible to Bile Blight with having different type of tokens. If you had all soldier tokens, they could easily be killed by just 1 Bile Blight. And so we do have a way around Bile Blight. Drowning Sorrow is still a rough little card. So is Anger of Gods. But there's ways to get a bigger than an Anger of Gods. Or instant speed, of course, with this deck. I'm sure this is getting strike down. 5 mana for Storm Breath Dragon. That is pretty significant, actually. But do we just kill him next turn? Or do I just have to kill the Rabble Master here to kill a token? I think what I do is I just go to the block here and block out a token. And 4, 8, 9. Take 9 damage here. I'll go down to a 9. And maybe swinging those soldiers wasn't the right idea. Again, I don't know exactly what I'm expecting to face in this matchup. Stormbreath Dragon, I was pretty sure that this deck curved out with, some of them use Brahma, some use Mantis Riders. Again, I don't have much information on what the decks are using these days. Yeah, let's see. And then, can I quite kill him? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, he's just dead. Never mind. I don't have to worry about anything. He's just dead on the backswing. So I will go ahead and Rush of Battle. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And just win here. Yeah, we'll just win. I'd rather just win. I think that's a better plan. All right, we'll go on to the sideboard here. So he's probably going to bring in Anger of Gods. That's fine. I think Devouring Light is still decently effective. Glare of Heresy can even take care of Brahma's or his Mantis Rider, but is he a Brahma's list is the question. I'm not sure about Launch the Fleet or Heliod. I think Congregate is fine in this matchup. Suspension Field is pretty decent, but it can't. Again, his Stormbreath Dragon's great versus us. Last Breath can actually come in versus his Rabble Master, but I don't know if it's needed. He could be the Seeker of Way. He could have the Jeskai Prowess 1-drop. So again, Banishing Light or Last Breath is pretty good against that. Banishing Light actually seems slower than all of those type of options. I'd rather have Devouring Light than Banishing Light. In fact, I don't think Banishing Light takes care of many things that Devouring Light does not take care of. I'm liking Devouring Light a lot better. So in this type of matchup, I don't know if Launch the Fleets. I'm going to keep a 1-of in here. The Paragon, unfortunately, I think are going to die too easily, even though that did win us the last game. And again, I could play this whole Banishing Light and even try to get Heliods if I'm going to bring in Suspension Fields. Suspension Field hits Brahma's as well, but we don't want to dilute our deck too much. So Master Pearls, I think, will just be taken care of too easily. Same with Herald of Anafenza. I don't think that that's a good card versus him. I think it's going to be too slow, too unimpactful. Again, this is a card that I'm testing out. I don't know how well I like it. So we could keep in a Suspension Field and a Banishing Light and possibly even bring in Heliod. But Heliod with the Suspension Field and the other Banishing Lights, and then we'd have to have like a perfect draw to have Heliod actually online. I'm gonna bring in one more Banishing Light, and I actually think that the third Banishing Light is more powerful than a Suspension Field, as it takes care of more things. So I'm going to go ahead and submit this. We're a little slow now with the Master Pearls and Heralds out, but we're on the play anyway, or on the draw, and we want to have more impactful cards rather than quick cards. It's another 1-drop that is definitely available in the format of Soldier of the Pantheon. It's a great card. A 2-1, which will gain you some life against most of these decks, is pretty powerful. Can block Rhinos. Keep this hand. 3 lands is perfect. Raise Alarm, Launch the Fleets, take up arms. So Temple of Epiphany. He's setting up his hand. The only thing that we don't have going for us is any sort of scry. I thought about putting in like Mana Confluence or something, and you could actually Splash Color. Like again, if this isn't a budget version, you can go the Sorin Solemn Warrior or Solemn Visitor, as well as Caves of Kolios and the Mana Confluences. And there's a sweet little tech in a card called First Response. So whenever you take a damage, you can actually put a 1/1 token into play. And that's definitely an option if you're not playing on a budget. But we are playing on a budget. That hence the name, playing on a budget. This is a great hand. We have Raise the Alarm that's coming out end of turn, followed by a Spear of Heliod, or a Banishing Light, or Launch the Fleets. So he's just going to jet me. He's going to Lightning Strike me. So he's going for some sort of burn strat. So maybe he just switched over. Maybe he's got a Jeskai Charm in hand. Here's his Mantis Rider. So we're just going to do the good old Raise the Alarm. He'll attack in for 3. We'll Banishing Light it. And And again, the race is on. There's a Mardu Hordechief, which will be nice later on. So far, a very similar little start. He does have that jump. We do need to draw into one more land. Mardu Hordechief will be kind of cool. See if he has another Mana Strider. If he does, okay, I can't take care of two. That's just unfortunate for me that he has that. And maybe I do need to bring in all the hate versus them. I miss my land drop. Spear of Heliod will be nice, but again, I can't do much with my soldiers at the moment. Especially if you go Stormbreath Dragon here. Jeez, triple Mantis Rider hand. So, I can kill one next turn and then just hope to... this is hard. This is really hard for us to do, to beat. I'd have to draw into a Congregate. No, Congregate doesn't even have it because I don't have the lands. Hall of Triumph's nice, but the only way to stay alive is to kill one with the Spear of Heliod and then top deck into something else. If I Hall of Triumph, I just die the next turn. Yeah, just really nothing we can do. That's pretty much how this Mantis Rider deck works. Just too aggressive. They're not going to get this every time. In fact, to cast a 3-drop on time in a 3-color deck can be quite difficult. So, pretty disappointed that this happened at 3 Mantis Riders. We'll go on. I'm going to let him... Well, I'm going to try to get out of this by top decking into a Devouring Light and killing one of them with the Spear. But they have Lightning Strikes. He can draw into a million things here. A Stormbreath Dragon wins in the game. But we'll kill one of the Mantis Riders with the Spear. Oh, geez, nope, we can't. I was at a 5, not a 7. So, yes, I think I will bring in the Suspension Fields. Do I care, though? Last Breaths don't work. Last Breath can actually... I can Last Breath my own guys, which is kind of cool. Herald of Anafenza is actually fast versus him, so do we want to go like Herald of Anafenza's Master of Pearls and put him kind of on the ropes rather than... and even like launch the fleets and then just not care about banishing lighting anything? We have Devouring Lights that can actually take care of those. I'm going to actually try this strategy this time. I'm not going to be the reactive person. I'm going to be the proactive person. And I'm going to go ahead and cut... At this point, we can probably cut one of our higher drops here with either a Take Up Arms or like a Sanctified Charge possibly. I think I'm just going to cut... We definitely want the Congregate. You know, I'm going to cut a land and see all that. No, we absolutely need to hit every land drop. I can't afford to be cutting any sort of land. Dictate of Heliod, maybe just another Paragon. Paragons just die of Lightning Strikes. Maybe there's bad in general. We'll put in a Banishing Light. And I'm going to submit this and try to get the jump on him. So yes, I like to play first. Keepable, but barely. We need some help. I'd assume this triple color deck does a lot of mulliganing. You have very awkward hands with missing a mana source. He does not mulligan. We'll go ahead and throw out a Plains, pass the turn. Temple of Epiphany does help set those draws up. We have a Devouring Light. I think what we'll do here is we'll Seeker. And we need to hit into a land. Seeker's very powerful in this matchup. Gets us back our life. So come on, hit the land drop one time. We do not hit the land drop, but we do have a Master of Pearls, which unfortunately can't morph it. So we'll attack in with the Seeker. He's down in 18, and now I have a feeling that Mantis Rider's just going to start wrecking us. We had to hit into a land, but maybe not. Just a Magma Jet on the Seeker. That's still a good card. He's looking for answers here. He misses his land drop, so it's land drop versus land drop. I'm going to stay on top of things here. Jeez, if just any land drop there, and then Mardu Hordechief comes out, then Triplicate Spirits comes out, then Banishing Light. But unfortunately, I think he's in a more powerful position when he was able to... He wants them both on top. I guarantee he's put 2 lands on top. So let's see if Mantis Rider comes out here. No Mantis Rider, and we do hit our land. So we do have to worry about Anger of Gods. And maybe I just don't overextend. No, if it's just going to be a Magma Jet, that's fine. Kills the Master. But we get the Mardu Hordechief, because we did raid. And he's going to get... The longer this game goes, though, I don't know who has the advantage. Because I can start doing some crazy things with more mana. See if Anger comes out. Okay, Anger's still just a 1-for-1. And we're getting closer to casting the Take Up Arms. Especially with that. We have answers for his Mantis Rider, which he doesn't have. So one more land and Take Up Arms is on board. Rush of Battle will be nice. But I do have to worry about more Angers. I mean, this really is the bane of our existence, is Anger and Drown in Sorrow. Unless we can get a Spear of Heliod and a Dictate out. But he's still missing his land drop for what? His Storm Breath? Yeah, Storm Breath is another card that's just impossible for us. I wish there really was Celestial Flare still in the format, as that was a great answer for Storm Breath Dragon. So end of turn, he's going to Magma Jet me. That is definitely okay. I'm surprised he kept in Magma Jets, to be honest. He did see some Paragons, though, so I'm glad I did take Paragons out. And he puts a card on the bottom and on top. So I'm sure one of them is going to be a land here, but it is a Mystic Monastery. So one more land. There it is. Now we can draw into the Dictates of Heliod, hopefully. We haven't seen one of those yet, which is the most powerful card in our deck. So Stoke the Flames he's actually going to hit me with. Alright, so he had a ton of burn. Maybe he just switched over to all of the burn package, because I didn't think Magma Jet was in. But Keranos... I don't know how well Keranos is going to be. We can just Banishing Light it, so I'm going to just Take Up Arms. And then we have Rush of Battle, which is actually going to give them all lifelink, so we're going to do a lot of damage here. And I think that we just do it, rather than Triplicate Spirits. Ooh. Jeez. What do we do here? I can Rush of Battle. We can Banishing Light on the Keranos. I think that... And then do 3. But we can get ahead, so... Yeah, I don't want him to have any sort of card advantage. So he's down to a 13. If he has an Anger now, he has to Anger on just Banishing Light, my Banishing Light. Okay. And now Anger, I assume. Yeah, but he just had to Anger on again, it didn't get much advantage out of that. Best thing we can do again is Take Up Arms end of turn, and then we will Rush of Battle to get us back in this. Or I could go ahead and... No, that's still the right play. The right play is to Take Up Arms. And I hope he has like a Mantis Rider. So let's see what he reveals here. Ouch. Storm Breath Dragon is the very, very tough card for us to deal with. And it does 3 damage. And he's going to play it out. And he has enough to actually Monstrosity at the next turn, too. So, take up arms. Triplicate Spirits can't even block it, unfortunately. This is just very rough. There's another take up arms. We're drawn into the take up arms quite handedly, but I think what we do here is hopefully it doesn't have that counter target spell unless pays 1, but if you control a ferocious card. Anyway, I don't think we're going to rush a battle here, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Just again, Stormbreath's very hard for us to deal with. Because we'll go down to 13 and take exactly 13. Keranos we'll gain 12 actually, so we're so close to actually killing here. So if we do survive this turn, we might be okay. And a Jeskai Charm, I doubt we're okay now. How's he going to do this? So he's got it. He's debating whether to attack right into me or attack into or to do 3 damage to my warrior. He does decide to do 3 damage to a warrior. I don't know how much this is going to matter because Stormbreath, what he really should do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so he can't quite Monstrosity the Stormbreath. Mantis Rider attacking for 7. Congregate would be a pretty sweet draw. And too bad we didn't have one more land here. We could Devouring Light the Mantis Rider. 3 more. What did he do? He gave his stuff lifelink with the Jeskai Charm now. Back and forth game for sure. With the inability for me to do anything about Stormbreath though. We do get a land here. And ouch, but that doesn't really help us out very much because what can I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for take up arms? And then I will have enough for Triplicate Spirits would be 6, but I would not have, so it has to be take up arms here if I want to be able to convoke both, to be able to convoke a Devour Light. Because, no, Triplicate Spirits I can do as well. So we'll cast Triplicate Spirits without convoking anything. Unfortunately, it cannot block Stormbreath, the one card that we have issue with. And we'll attack in here. See if he does Devouring Light. So Devouring Light on the Mantis Rider. Which exiles that guy. And we just do 1 damage. So really we have 1 turn. He's got to draw land. That gets him another card though. And it was a mountain. No, now he can play the mountain and actually Monstrosity the Stormbreath. And kill me here. So close game. He could have done that without the Lightning Strike. I guess Lightning Strike was the last card in his hand, and he's got a Mantis Rider, and we can't block anyway. So we'd block here, and then proceed to die. So very close game, though. I mean, this deck held up to this incredibly expensive Jeskai burn aggro type strategy. And again, if it wasn't for this is the one card we can't deal with. And he drew at both games one of the games he won, one of the games he lost. Didn't get quite the explosive start we wanted to, but you can see how this deck does recover against Anger of Gods. This has been Kevin with GatheringMagic.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Playing on a Budget. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Gathering Magic and check out our Playing on a Budget playlist, which contains every episode. Thanks again and hope to see you soon.